Let us continue this chapter number 5, Social and Religious Reform, part 2. As we have spoken about different samaj, different institution, how they worked for the welfare of the people and etc. How they tried to reform the society by their thoughts, by their writings and etc. Now in this we are going to talk about reforms regarding women. Now we saw emancipation of women, that how women were facing different problems, and now what reforms were made, what changes were made for the women's religious reform among the Muslims and movements in Hindu society. Rajaram Mohan Roy, as you heard about this name before, he was the founder of Brahmo Samaj. He led the movement against practice of sati. So he started a movement against sati practice. He helped the then Governor Lord Bentinck to pass sati practice. Now we have heard about in third chapter, when the Britishers tried to interfere in our social, they also stopped sati practice. They were also doing something good, and here Rajaram Mohan Roy helped him to stop this, to pass this act of sati prohibition, means sati practice should be stopped. Gopal Hari Deshmukh is also known as Lokahitwadi. Gopal Hari Deshmukh is also known as Lokahitwadi. He advocated gender equality through his writing in Shatpatris. Now, in those times, they were not having social media. Like we have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have WhatsApp, we have Twitter, we have other so many things where we can put our thoughts, social media. But those time those people were not having, so they wanted to make people aware, लोगों को जागरूक करना था. So what they started doing, they started writing, and he started writings in his book, that is in his paper Shatpatre. Next comes Mahatma Phule. He started first school for girls at Bhidewada in 1848 at Pune. He established Bal Hatya Pratibandhak Gruha in his house. He organized strike of barbers. He organized barbers went on strike against the custom of Keshavapan. As I told you in the first video, Keshavapan means shaving the head of the widows, Mundan Karana. So there Mahatma Phule went against it and started a strike of barbers. Next comes Savitribai Phule, wife of Mahatma Phule. She supported Mahatma Phule in his work. She faced severe criticism of society but continued her work in the field of education. Now when she used to go to teach the girls, people used to throw stones and cowed and nest, so many things on her, but she did not stop. She went and continued with her field of education. Next comes Pandit Ishwar Chand Vidyasagar, Vishnu Shastri Pandit and Virensilgam Patlu. They strove to recognize right to remarriage for the widows. So these three people, they fought for what? That widows should get right to get married again. Widow means who? Vidva. So she should get right to marry. Gopal Ganesh Agarkar. He gave his staunch opinion, means strict opinion, firm opinion about child marriage and law of consent in his newspaper Sudharak. So he told about the law should be passed, that child marriage should be stopped and proper age should be given. So he wrote in his paper Sudharak. Maharshi Vitthal Ramji Shinde. He opposed an organized conference to protest against the sati. So he also worked for the sati. Tarabai Shinde. She wrote a book, Stri Purush Tulna, that is men, women equality. Women and men equality. A book was written, and fearlessly, without any fear, she put her views in the about rights of women. कि क्या हक होने चाहिए. Maharshi Dhondo Keshav Karve, he founded Anath Balika Ashram. Anath means the one who don't have parents. An orphanage for girls and first women university. He wanted to give education to all women and make them self-reliant. So he wanted to make them independent. I tell you also, students, and especially girls, take education how much you can. Your parents support you. Now you are listening to my video. That means your parents have allowed you to take education. Make proper use of your education and become self-reliant, become independent. Don't be dependent on anyone. You earn for yourself. Stay with respect. So this is what he also wanted to have. Pandita Ramabai, she founded the Sharda Sadan. She took responsibility of taking care of specially challenged children and women. Now, who are specially challenged children? So certain students are autistic students, mentally retarded students, some are handicapped students. So this lady, that is Pandita Ramabai, she took responsibility, unki zimmedari li to take care, and it is not easy, student. It is not easy to look after the special child and challenge children and women. Ramabai Ranade, she started nursing course. Now we have different courses, no, engineering course, hotel management course, nursing course. So this lady Ramabai Ranade, she started nursing course for women through Seva Sadan Institute. She demanded the right to vote for women. So women were not having right to vote first. So she fought for it and she demanded to right for the vote for women. Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar exposed injustice inflicted on women. So he looked after where women are not allowed, and still somewhere, still our culture is same. Women are not allowed in certain sections of life. Certain things they are not allowed to do, and which is very wrong. Mahatma Gandhi, he advocated women's education. Then certain reforms were made for Muslims. Abdul Latif, he initiated reform for Muslim community. So he started separate Muslim community. He established the Mohammedan Literary School Society in Bengal. Mohammedan means Muslims. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, he promoted Western science and technology. So he started science and technology for the Muslim community. He thought he founded Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College, which later became Aligarh Muslim University. So he founded Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College for the Muslim community. He firmly believed that Muslim could make progress only by studying modern education and science. So उसका पूरा विश्वास था. He firmly believed that Muslim का प्रोग्रेस कब होगा, हाउ मुस्लिम्स विल प्रोग्रेस ओनली बाय स्टडिंग मॉडर्न एजुकेशन. वंस दे गेट मॉडर्न एजुकेशन एंड साइंस, दे विल बी मेकिंग प्रोग्रेस इन देयर लाइफ. Next comes Hindu Sabha. It was established in 1915, which aimed to achieve respectable position for Hindu community. Hindu Sabha, it was established to earn respect. Hindus also should get respect in the society. Banaras Hindu University was founded by Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya. So he founded Banaras Hindu University for the Hindu community. Next comes institution Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangha. Swayam Sevak means social workers. So Dr. Keshav Baliram Hegdewar established in 1925 at Nagpur. So Rashtriya means state, Swayam Sevak social workers he started, and it was aimed at establishing disciplinary and virtuous organization of Hindu youth. So he wanted to make Hindus more disciplined in it. Then Patit Pavan Temple, this was established for all caste in Hindu religion, whether it is Shudra, whether it is Vaishya, whether it is Kshatriya, Brahmin, etc. All caste were open. For all caste it was open, and it was having common dining. What is common dining? We have dining table na, so it was common for everyone. कोई भी, चाहे वो बड़ा हो, अमीर हो, गरीब हो, whatever, everyone was having common dining programs were arranged. It was not like that you belong to Brahmin class, you sit there on that table, you belong to Shudra, you sit on that chair, etc. So this was not there in this temple. Patit Pavan temple, it was having common dining programs were arranged. I hope this chapter is clear to you, students. Please go through the chapter again, read the textbook if you have textbook, solve the assignment and note down your notes in your notebook. Thank you, students. Stay safe.